What's up, guys? So as always, we're going straight in. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys a complete removal of the gel X nails that I just put on my mom right now. Always make sure when cutting the nails, you flip the nail so you can see how far the hyponychium is. I'm slightly just tilting the nail straight up so I can see where to cut. So that is very important when you're cutting off nails. I believe it has been about, I would say, 4 weeks since the last time she came in. As you can see, they're very thick, so we're going to get rid of that thickness. So to get rid of that thick gel that we just saw, I'm using the tapered barrel bit. It is a carbide bit, and I'm using it in color yellow, which is extra coarse. Because when I'm using gel with the sculpted nails, I'm using quite a bit, so I need a very extra coarse bit to get rid of the first layer. As you can see as well, this is not a safety bit. A safety bit has like a rounded edge, so where you cannot touch the skin when you get close to the edge of the nail. So make sure that you're very focused and have control over the bit, because these are very sharp and they can cut in your skin very badly. So we are just checking the thickness of the nail. So I just want you to see what I am seeing, right? I'm not just filing away like a crazy woman. You know, this is a very thick gel. You can leave it as thick as it is, but that means that you're gonna have to soak it in acetone for much, much longer. And when you're, servicing a client, you don't want them to wait 50 minutes. I would say I let them wait about 15 minutes, but I always do one hand first, foil one hand, and then go to the second hand, because when I'm doing the second hand, I can just let the first hand sit in the acetone, and then it's still working, right, while I'm working on the other hand. And then when I'm finished with the second hand, I foil that up, go to the first hand, and just switch in between. So none of the hands are just sitting there doing nothing. They're working for me. So we got most of the products off. As you can see, the goal is not to get rid of everything. I'm using an extra coarse bit like I told you before. We're not going to use that bit to get rid of everything. We're going to let the acetone work for us. Like I said before, this is one hand. I'm taking off the product, and then I'm drenching my lint-free cotton wipe in acetone. Then I'm just ripping a piece of aluminum foil and wrap that around the finger. That's it. This is very inexpensive. Acetone is not that expensive. The cotton wipes are not that expensive. And the aluminum foil you can get, I think, anywhere. And I would say that's all you need to soak off these gel nails. You just let it sit for about, I would say 15 minutes would be best. But I think if you're gonna do the other hand, you're gonna be done in about 10 to 15 minutes. Just take off the foil and check if they're done. Like you see here, I'm just ripping off the foil, and I'm using my cuticle pusher to get rid of all the excess product that I missed when I was using my drill bit. Now that we have removed all of the, well, I would say the whole entire fake nail, right? We're gonna start prepping the nail. So I'm using a few steps. Some of these are optional, they are not required, but it's completely up to you and where you live and if it's allowed or not. Yes, I am not a Russian manicure expert, so I'm doing it minimal. I do not want to have anyone bleed on my table. I do not want to hurt anyone. So this will not be perfect, but it works for me. All right, so follow me. The first thing I always do is push back the cuticles. When I'm done pushing back the cuticles, I'm going to be using my mandrel bit, which is a very tiny mandrel bit, not the usual one that you see on the right, the thick band. I'm also going to be using a flame bit to do some little bit of cuticle work, which is again optional. This part is not optional. We need to get rid of the bumps and the lumps that we've missed during the removal. And I'm using I would say a 180 or a 240 grit on the natural nails. It doesn't hurt at all. At least that's what I've heard, but I've done my own nails as well. It doesn't heat up as much if you would use a more coarse grit. So 180 or 240 is perfect for the natural nail. So we finished up sanding our natural nail. The next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to file the sides because my mom always has stiletto nails, and the stiletto nails go of course from a bit wide to narrow. So I don't want any natural nails sticking out under the Gel X nail that I'm going to be putting on top of her nail. So I'm just filing the sides, I'm filing the front. This is optional. I just like it to be a little bit pretty under the nail and as short as possible. So right now I'm going to be doing some cuticle work. The only two things that I need is my flame bit, and I'm also using a brush to get rid of some of the dust so that I can see what I am doing. Again, this is optional. This is what I like to do. You do not have to do this. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, do not do it. You can let people, get hurt, or you can cause them to bleed if you are very rough, if you put the speed on too high, if you are gonna dig in or under the cuticle too far. So as you can see, I'm trying to do this very gently. I'm not pushing. I'm just letting the flame bit do its work. I'm not filing too much. I'm just trying to lift up the cuticle just a little bit more and move up the side walls. Don't forget to do the other side as well. I had to put my drill in reverse and do the same thing that I just did on the left side. This is another optional part. All right. If you are not a professional, I do not recommend doing this. Also, make sure to ask your client if they want to do this. If they do not want to do it, just do the next step after this part. But yeah, I always cut the excess, I would say, cuticle and get rid of it if it sticks out too much. If it doesn't stick out at all or like very minimal, I just leave it how it is. When it comes to the cuticles, I'm not a perfectionist like that. I'm just trying to get rid of the things that I see. I do not force. So we have reached the end. My last part of the removal is using some alcohol on a lint-free wipe and just getting rid of all the dust and all the debris that you can see. And that is my removal. Thank you for watching. The next video will be, of course, my mom's next set, which is going to be so beautiful. But yeah, next week, I'm a little bit late today, but yeah, life happens, but I'm still posting next week. Bye bye.